Problem number 9 on this same test that we've been watching it. You can tell because I'm wearing the same shirt. This one's fractions, 1/3 plus 12/18. Saw many of you trying to solve it written horizontally. As I've said 4,287 times.
You can't do that.
You can, but it's much easier if you write it vertically. Helen,
Yes.
can I solve this problem the way it's currently written?
No.
No, why not?
Because it has different denominator.
Good, I have to have the same denominator. What are my denominators, Helen?
Wait, 3 and 18.
3 and 18. I need to find the least common denominator. Well, I'm going to ask you a question, Helen. Is 18 a multiple of 3?
No. Oh, yes.
Yes, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So, I know it can be 18. I know this is already over 18, so I just have to move my 12 straight over. This one's not already written over 18. As I've done these problems a lot of times, I know I need to multiply by a fraction that equals 1. Helen, what does a fraction that equals 1 look like? Awesome. Same numerator as denominator. So 3 times what would give me 18?
6.
6. So this has to be 6 over 6, because 6 over 6 equals 1. If I multiply a number by 1, that doesn't change the value of their number. So what's 1 times 6?
6.
6. 6 18ths plus 12 18ths is?
1 or 18.
18 18ths. And as I just pretended that Helen told me, 18 18ths, because it has the same numerator and denominator, equals 1. Therefore, my answer would be B. Ryan.
All I did
Was simplify 12 18ths down to 2/3.
no, but you've also done that. I just did 1/3 was like 6 of 18.
Yeah.
So, and then we go 12, or 6, 12, 18. So that's basically 1/3 of 18. That's it. That's basically, I just did 1/3 plus 12, 18, and I gave you 1 automatically.
Awesome. Automatically. All right, so let's look at the next one. 3 and 2/5 plus 2 and 12/20. Did I write that right? Oh, that's number 11. All right, we're jumping to number 11.
Okay.
I don't care. We're on number 11. So grade number 11 as we're doing this. Again, saw people trying to solve it horizontally. My view is solve it vertically. It makes it much easier. 3 and 2/5 plus 2 and 12/20. Can. Thank you for making it more difficult for us to watch this. Can I add these the way they're currently written?
No.
No. Why not? Awesome. Why not? Is because the denominators are not the same. The denominators are not the same. She can sit there. That's fine.
What?
Why are you getting up?
Oh, I'm getting something.
Okay. Now let me ask. I've got to change these denominators so that they're the same. Reuben, is 20 a multiple of 5?
Is 20 a multiple of 5?
That's what I said. 5. Yes, it is. That means I can use 20 as my least common denominator. Reuben, this one isn't 20, which means I need to multiply by a fraction that equals 1 so that I don't change the value of 2/5. So what would I multiply by there? Excellent, because 5 times 4 is 20, and I'm sure you have this on your paper, so you can just look at it and follow it along. What is 2 times 4, Reuben? 8. So this is 3 and 8/20. This one is already, is that a 2? This is already, is that a 2 for real?
Yeah.
Okay, this is already 2, and it's already over 20. So, Reuben, what's 8/20 plus 12/20?
It equals a whole of 6.
No, what's 8 twentieths plus 12 twentieths? Good. 20 twentieths, which equals 1. 3 plus 2 is 5. I have 5 and 1 equals 6. So the correct answer you should have done there is 6, which is D. 6, which is D. I'm probably going to have to stop this again and do 3 parts of this test because my Apex people are going to come in here. What's the answer? What's the answer? Because I haven't been watching. I've been coloring in green on something and my desk. All right, now we're going to jump back to number 10. 3/4 plus 3/5. 3/4 plus 3/5. Oh, let's see. Olivia, can I add these two fractions like they're currently written? No, I need to find a common denominator. Olivia, what is my common denominator? Should be on your paper. You should have done this problem. Problem number 10. Should have shown your work.
The common denominator is 20.
Is 20. Excellent. Neither one of these are 20. So that means I need to multiply these fractions by a fraction that equals 1. I multiply by a fraction that equals 1 because it doesn't change the value when you multiply by 1. We're changing the way it's written. Like 60 minutes is an hour. So what is my fraction here, Olivia? 5/5. My numerator?
It's 15.
15. So I have 15 twentieths. What do I multiply by here? 4/4. So my numerator? 12. It is an addition problem. I make sure I pay attention to that. 15 twentieths plus 12 twentieths is what, Olivia?
27.
Okay, so 27 twentieths. Oh my goodness, that's an improper fraction, Olivia. How do I fix that, Olivia? I divide. 27 divided by 20. That's how a fraction can be read. 27 divided by 20. 27, my dividend. 20, my divisor. I don't care. She can sleep because she'll get this next year. 20 goes into 27 how many times, Olivia? 1. 1 times 20 is 20. Subtract. 27 minus 20 is? 7. 1 remainder 7, or 1 and 7 twentieths, which gives us an answer of C. C, let's look at 13. 7/8. Subtract 2/3. 7/8. Subtract 2/3. Not a common denominator. So Ryan, what would be my common denominator?
Let's see what I got. 12.
12. How many times? 8 times what equals 12?
Wait. Are we at number 12?
I don't know. Which one says 7/8 minus 2/3?
11?
Okay, then what's the common denominator for 8 and 3?
No, we're on 13.
I wish
There we go.
they would follow
24.
24.
There we go. I was looking at the wrong question.
You were looking at the other question that said 7/8 minus 2/3?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's it.
All right, neither one of them have a current denominator of 24, so I need to multiply them by a fraction that equals 1 so that I don't change the value. Ryan, what fraction that equals 1 do I do here?
21, 24.
No, 8 times what is 24?
3.
3. Answer the question I'm asking, please.
I don't do that.
I don't care. Answer the question I'm asking. What do I multiply by here, Ryan?
8.
8/8, which gives me 16 24ths. I need to identify that it's a subtraction problem. 21 minus 16 is what?
5.
5 24ths. Can that be simplified?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes, I can check. I'm going to list all my factor pairs for 5, all my factor pairs for 24, and find out what they have in common. The greatest common factor is what it's called. I should have taught you guys this before. I did!
Whoa.
All right, Ryan, what are my factor pairs for 5?
1 times 5.
1 times 5. And that's it. So it's what kind of number?
Composite.
It's prime. Thank you. Prime numbers have only 2 factors, 1 and themselves. 24, my factor pairs for 24, Ryan.
8 times 3. 24 times 1. 2 times 12. And yeah, that's it.
And that's it. Ryan, what is the greatest common factor? The biggest number that shows up in both of these?
Let me think about this. 1.
1. If my greatest common factor equals 1, then that means that fraction is already in lowest terms. Already in lowest terms. Let's move to the next problem, which is 3. Did we do 3/5 plus 3/4?
We did 12.
We didn't do 12.
Yeah, we did. Maybe.
Okay, we didn't do 12 yet. 5/6 minus 1/4. 5/6. Subtract 1/4. Betsy, do these currently have a common denominator?
Wait, what?
5/6 minus 1/4, whichever problem that is. Number 12. Look at number 12. Betsy, do these have a common denominator? No, not the way they're written. So Betsy, what would be the common denominator? 6, 12, 18, 4, 8, 12. Boom, shakalaka. The least common denominator equals 12. Now there are others. 24, 36. Okay, so it is 12. Betsy, what do I multiply by 5/6 to give me a denominator of 12 and not change the value? 2. So this is 10/12. What do I multiply by 1/4 to give me a denominator of 12? 3/3, which gives me a numerator of 3. Boom, I need to make sure I know it's a subtraction problem. I have 10/12 minus 3/12 equals what, Betsy? 7/12. I need to see if it can be simplified. Factor pairs for 7 are 1 and 7. Prime number. Factor pairs for 12. 1 and 12. 2 and 6. 3 and 4. Greatest common factor equals 1. If the greatest common factor is 1, that fraction cannot be simplified. So 7/12 is my answer, which is which letter? A.
Like apple.
Like apple.
Applesauce. That makes me hungry.
And alligator.
Applesauce.
And Addison and Ashley.
And Addison and Ashley. And Alexander.
Antibiotic.
Annabelle.
All right, Helen, which problem are we on now?
What's Annabelle? There's
14.
14. What's problem 14?
3 2/3 minus 1 5/6.
3 and 2/3 minus 1 and 5/6. If I looked at just my whole number, 3 minus 1 is 2. So I need my answer to be in the ballpark, in the neighborhood, somewhere around 2. Oh, let's see. Who have I not called on yet? I called on you. Ryan, Olivia, Landon was first. Taylor! What is my common denominator for 3 and 6? 6, good. So I need to change these so they're both over 6. So they're both over 6. What do I multiply by here? 2, 2, so that's 4, 6. What do I multiply by here? 1, 1. So that's 5, 6. I can't take away 4, 6 minus 5, 6. So I need to change this to an improper fraction. So 6 times 3 is 18 plus 4 is 22, 6. Subtract 6 plus 5 is 11, 6. Because 3 and 4, 6. Denominator times the whole number, 18, plus the numerator, gives us 22. Hope you're following along because many of you missed this problem. So we have to change this. 22 6 and 11 6. Who's doing this? Taylor. What's 22 subtract 11? Good. So we have 11 6. What kind of fraction is this, Taylor? It is an improper fraction. So 6 is going to go into 11. How many times, Taylor? Once. Excellent. 6. And I get a remainder of 5. So my answer should be 1 and 5, 6, which is which letter?
B.
B. B.
Can Nevaeh do the next problem, please?
Yeah, I'd have to wake her up to have her do it. So.
I'll do it. I'll wake her up.
Nevaeh!
Shh. Helen, which problem am I on?
You're on 15.
15. I just did. Oh, 15. 15. Oh, third. So that's a good one here.
Let's let Nevaeh do that one. Nevaeh, you want to do 15?
Shh, quiet. 13 subtract 4 minus 15 divided by 5. I need to remember. What? Oh, 13 plus 4. I need to remember my order of operations. Parentheses, exponents, multiply and divide from left to right, add, subtract from left to right. Okay, do I have parentheses?
Yes.
Yes, I solved that first. Lainey, what's 13 plus 4?
13 plus 4, I have this. 17.
Subtract 15 divided by 5.
And that's
What part do I do next?
the division.
The division. I had a number of people come to me and say, well, if I subtract 17 minus 15, I get 2, and I can't do 2 divided by 5. Well, that's because you didn't follow the order of operations. I should have let you use your journal. Oh, I did! So, Lainey, what's 15 divided by 5? 3. 17 subtract 3 is what, Lainey?
14.
14, which is which answer choice, Lainey?
It is none.
Oh, it's none. You had to bubble it in. You had to bubble it in. Uh, 16 is 9 minus 5 divided by 8 subtract 3
Times 2 plus 6.
times 2 plus 6. Again, same order of operations. Parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide,
Is it
add, subtract. Dominic, does this problem have parentheses?
Yes.
Yes. I do 8 minus 3 first, which gives me 5. After, whatever I didn't underline, whatever I didn't use, I move down. Divided by 5. 9 minus 5, I have times 2 plus 6. What do I do next, Dominic?
You do the multiplication.
Wrong, I do the division next. Because multiplication and division is the same step. You do them from left to right. If you have you have 98 multiplication and 73 division, you work them all from left to right. So, Dominic, 5 divided by 5 is? 1. I bring down everything I haven't used. 9 minus 1 times 2 plus 6. Dominic, what do I do next?
You do the multiplication.
I do the multiplication, which is 1 times 2, and gives me 2. 9 minus 2 plus 6. What do I do next?
You add.
No, I subtract. Because addition and subtraction are the same step, I work them from left to right. 9 subtract 2 is?
7.
And 7 plus 6 is?
13.
I should have let you use your notes for this.
You did.
Wait, I did.
I got that one. Wait, which one did we just do?
Oh, I don't remember.
7.
Oh, 5 plus 3.
We did 16.
All right. 5 plus 3 times 8 minus 6. Subtract 1. Bethany, what do I do first? Subtract, because it's in the parentheses. 8 subtract 6 is 2. Bethany, if a number's right next to parentheses, that means you do what? Multiply it. 5 plus 3 times 2 minus 1. What do I do next? Multiply. 3 times 2 is 6. 5 plus 6 minus 1. What do I do next? I add. What is 5 plus 6? 11. And 11 minus 1. 10. Okay, some of you aren't following along and being obnoxious, and that annoys me.
I got that one right.
Awesome sauce.
What'd you get, Laney?
But many of you said,
What? What? There's no sign.
so then I had to say, what does it mean if a number's next to parentheses? It means multiply. Oh, solve for n. 6n equals 60. Hunter, if a number and a letter are side by side, that means what?
There's supposed to be a number where the letter is.
No, that means multiply.
Oh, yeah.
6 times n equals 60. 6 times what equals 60?
10.
10. So n equals 10.
That's what I got.
Compare.
Bravo.
Compare 16 and 9/10 and 16 and 1900ths.
Can I do that one?
Jocelyn, what do I do when I'm comparing decimal numbers?
You look at the number behind the decimal.
Good. I'm going to write down the numbers, lining them up vertically. Put in my magic zeros. The 16s are the same. 90 or 19 bigger?
9.
Okay, so the
90.
9 is bigger, so it should have
I
looked
got
like
that.
this. I'm proud of you.
Can I do the next one again?
And the last one is 10 and 7/10, and then 10 and 7/100ths.
No, that one was easy.
Yes, but people missed it because they thought they were equal and they're not. Line up the decimal points.
Add your magic zeros.
Add your magic zeros. 10 and 70/100ths, 10 and 7/100ths.
10 and
That means
700.
that one is the largest number.
Yes, I got that one too.
Now you've had an opportunity to look at your test score.
What we did?
What's
the grade called?
It's going to be in the grade book. It's going to, and I haven't put it in there yet, but it's not on the grade sheet. It's down below. It's on the paper below. I haven't put it on the grade sheet yet, but I will.
Wait, why are there percentages? Wait, so was it on last 6 weeks report card?
No, it's going now. If you look at the grade sheets up there, I taped below it. What I taped below it is your grade for this assignment, for this test.
Wait, what time did the apex come back?
Now, if you don't like it, 12 more think through math lessons that are what are on those papers up there, and I can always add 20 to it later on May 25th. Thank you. Love you. Have a great day. No.